The internet streets are talking. Why would Maverick City music be mixed up in the world with a rapper like Glorilla? Her album and the things on her song is definitely not something that as believers we ought to be listening to, and it's glorifying things that we ought not to be glorifying. And so a lot of the question is, why would Kirk Franklin and Maverick City Music be on an album like this? And my question to that is, what if they are being led by the Lord to do this? This is a thought that I haven't personally, I don't know if you have. Personally, I have not seen this thought on my algorithm. What I've seen a lot on social media is a lot of people getting upset, getting frustrated that Kirk Franklin and Maverick City Music could dare to be involved in something like this. And my question is, why do we look at it as it is impossible for God to lead them to do something like this? Let's go to the word. What is the purpose of light? The Bible calls us that we are the light of the world. The purpose of light is to bring light to a dark place. If I were to have a bright light in the middle of the day and I were to take my light and to take it out and hold it out for it to shine, would people look at me a little nuts? It's the daytime. We can all see. It's bright outside. The sun is providing light. We don't need that light, particularly at that time, because there is light everywhere, right? But then when we go into a dark room, that light comes in handy, especially when I'm walking in a dark room and I can't see. I can't see my way out. It's dark. So I need that light to shine so that I can see my way out of the dark, right? Okay. Back to my question. What if God called Maverick City and Kirk Franklin to shine in a dark place like we've been called to do in the Bible? Well, you say, well, God could never do that. Well, why do you say that? Why do you say God could never do such a thing? It's like looking at the story of Hosea in the Bible. God told Hosea to go marry a prostitute, and that was to be a picture of his relationship with Israel. Many of us today would look at Hosea. Hosea is a man of God, a prophet of God. And if he were alive today and God were to give him that instruction today, we would look at him and say, you missed it. You must have. Because in my understanding, why would my God tell you to go marry a prostitute? That does not make sense to me. And so, because it doesn't make sense to me, it must be wrong. So, therefore, it doesn't make sense. So, God must not have told you to do that. I also heard some commentary that said it is the same thing as ex gospel artists going to sing a song with Cardi B. Again, if we are being led by the Spirit, if Maverick City, which I don't know, I can't sit here and tell you that Maverick City Music was led by the Lord to do this. I don't know. But I will say this. If God did not lead another gospel artist to go sing on another album, if God did not tell them to do that, they have no business doing it because God did not lead them to do that. Those that are led by the Spirit of God, those are the sons of God. Just because something doesn't look or sound right to you, it doesn't sound or look like God would be telling somebody to do it, doesn't mean that God didn't lead them to do it. It is like Think about it. Just back to the story of Hosea. It is like other prophets in the Bible saying, well, God told Hosea to go marry a prostitute, so I should go do the same thing. No, God gave Hosea instructions for a particular time and a particular purpose. Anybody else looking at Hosea's example and not being led by the Lord is out of order because God never gave them the instruction to do that. So, again, what is the purpose of light? Y'all, we are the light of the world, like a city on a hill. What is the point of light if it's not supposed to be in the darkness? Y'all, what are we doing on these social media platforms? Y'all do know that TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, Snapchat are not Christian platforms, right? If y'all remember a long time ago, I don't know if y'all remember this, but a long time ago when I got on TikTok, TikTok was crazy. I would scroll and I would see lives of Satanists on TikTok. I would see tarot card readers on TikTok. I would see people doing pornographic things on TikTok, right? But then also there's a side of TikTok called Christian TikTok, right? Where I believe believers said, we want to get on this platform that is not Christian, that anybody can go and do some crazy, wild stuff. And we want to shine our light on this platform. What is the difference between Glorilla inviting people on her platform to shine a light? Also, what if the song isn't for you? You're already in the kingdom. What if the song is for the lost? Is to sow a seed for the lost that does not want to listen to a Maverick City album, but maybe might listen to a Glorilla, and a seed. I'm not saying they're gonna get saved today, but a seed was sown. I think when we listen to it, we're like, why would God? Why would God call them to put that on there? The song, baby, wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. Maybe it's for the lost, y'all. Jesus said in his word that he came to seek and save the lost. What if this is about bringing good news to the lost? Again, back to TikTok or Instagram or whatever, Snapchat. It's not a Christian platform, but yet we choose to shine our light in a place that is not Christian. So, why can't God lead people to shine their light on an album that isn't Christian? Doesn't God care about the people that listen to those albums? Does he not want to save them like he saved you? I'm troubled because what is the purpose of being light? What is the purpose? I'm in a room full of light right now. If I were to turn on my flashlight, it would be pointless in this room because there's a light. I have light in front of me. I have light to my right and to my left. There is light everywhere. But if I were to turn this entire room dark and I were just to put on my candle, if I were just to light my candle, that candle would make a difference because at least there's a spark of light. And those that are in need, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Those that are stumbling in the darkness and are looking for light get to see the light in the room and come to it. They are not going to pick up a Maverick City music album, but maybe they may start. Maybe they may get curious. It's not about you. It is to seek and save the lost, y'all. This is what it's all about. It's about the wayward souls. It's about the lost returning home. So, again, how are you shining your light? How are you being that city on a hill that cannot be hidden. If people don't see your light in a dark place, how will they know where to go? So, why do we assume that this cannot be God? To say light and darkness do not mix, I mean, I've heard that commentary too. Light and darkness do not mix. What? We're called to shine. The only way you can shine is in the dark. The only way light can shine is when it's in the dark. So that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. So it has me questioning if we are really being the light of God where we are. So could they be led by the Lord? Maybe. Maybe they were. And if you think they weren't, I would hope that our response is first prayer, that God would set them on the right path, that our response would be to go to prayer for them instead of everybody coming on. And because y'all, we are one body. Our hope is to be that as they have decided to get on this platform, that God will get the glory even out of something like this. And if they weren't led, that God would align Maverick City back to his will, if this is indeed not his will. But the amount of people that just got online and crucified them, I suspect without much praying for them, or just plain assuming that God never said that. And the most disturbing to me is thinking that God could never lead them to shine their light in that way is disturbing. We are called to shine our light. Light gets shown in dark places. The world is getting darker. They get to shine their light on that platform. And if it is not God led, may God align them. But if it is, to God be the glory. And may many seeds be sown so that many will come back into the fold. Because that's the goal, y'all. The goal is to get people saved. The goal is to shine our light so people can come and see and experience the goodness of God. That is the goal. What's the point of shining your light? That is the goal. So it is crazy to me that people are shocked and literally say things like light and dark don't mix. Light belongs in the darkness. That's the point of it, so that others may see it and be drawn to it. Does this make sense? Y'all talk to me. Like, talk to me in the comment section. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think this is just something a little different that we got to think about, because so many people on my algorithm now, if you have had a different experience, please share below what your experience is. But on my algorithm, so many people were, it could never be. God could never. And I'm like, huh? God's ways are above our ways. His thoughts are above ours. Like, God be doing stuff. Jesus literally in his word says, I'm sending you out like sheep amongst wolves. He said, be innocent as doves and shrewd as snakes. Okay, I've said a lot, but I want to know, what are your thoughts? Was your algorithm like mine? Did you see a lot of people that was anti this, or maybe not? You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear about it. Again, you are listening to Take a Shot with Emem Joy Emah. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you stick around and watch some more videos. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to talk to you in the next episode. Bye, guys.